Who locks their truck with the window down?
I hit him perfect. I hit him absolutely perfect.
Run and gunning, and I think that's the only way we can do that.
Big old main smallmouth there. Caught it on a drop shot, about 28 foot of water.
The first 15 minutes.
So what are we doing today? Well, we're going into the woods, into the land that I hunted last year. I've got 2 tree stands and 2 trail cameras out there. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get out to the cameras or the stands since I need gas. I haven't been able to get out there since, I think the last time I was out there was in December, and it is now August. I got fuel, I got a Red Bull, I'm ready to get in there and see what it looks like. The property that I'm hunting is down behind a good friend of mine, Dan Betts, his parents' house. They have a house up here with some land behind it right next to a power line. And I hunted it last year for my 2017 season. And unfortunately I didn't do a lot of filming last year because it was really my first year hunting up here. So this year I'm excited to hunt and capture everything on film. That's gonna be awesome. Alright, let's get you on the tripod. Let's do this. Alright, here we are. Just stopped in and talked to Dan's parents for a little bit. The property that we're hunting back here, it's owned by a friend of the family, and he had mentioned that he was going to be clearing the wood lot down here this year, but I guess he's not going to now, so we don't have to really move any of our stands, which initially was the original plan. So that's kind of nice. We can still hunt the same spot. I am going to move my stand still just a little bit. You know, last year being my first year in here, I got to really understand the movement of the deer through here a little bit better. And unfortunately my stands weren't quite right. And I got lucky though and was able to harvest a deer last year out of my stand. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing. I am filming with my GoPro today, so unfortunately I don't have any zoom capabilities or focus capabilities, so I'll apologize right off the bat for poor footage. The amount of traffic that's down through here though is insane. Tons of does. And unfortunately I did apply for my any deer permit this year, but the zone that I hunt in is only giving out 174 permits. So the chances of me getting one are very slim. So right now we are coming up on my first tree stand. I didn't sit in this stand very often last year, mainly because spider. Mainly because our buddy Dan was sitting in it for the majority of the year, but he did tag out on this stand. He got a nice spike horn, about 123 pounds. So here it is, still standing. Good to see. Still solid too. That's good. Here we are. stand number 2. This is the stand that I killed my buck out of last year. Still solid, still standing. Good. Camera's still there. That's exciting. It's right down there. Let's go pop it open and see what kind of damage we got. I'm hoping when I open this, a bunch of water doesn't come flying out of the bottom. Oh, that looks good. Beautiful. No corrosion on the batteries. That's great. This is cool. So I've got a picture from February 28th and got 2 does coming through, and 3 minutes later there's a coyote right on their butt. Some turkeys, porcupines, squirrels. Oh, we got a little spike. We got a black bear on May 20th. We got a bobcat, went all the way to July 19th. That's impressive. Let's get some batteries in the camera and see if it still works. Ooh, that hurt. So, whew. I was, hold on a second. Right. Woo! Eyes are a little teared up there. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but I was setting my bungee cord for my camera here, and I was sitting down on that rock and went to pull that bungee around the tree, and it slipped out of my hand, and the hook whipped around the tree and caught me right on the inside of the nose, pierced my nose essentially. So that was fun. That's why you carry some stuff every time you go in the woods. You never know what's going to happen. Something stupid like that. I'm very fortunate that that didn't hit me in the eye. That would have been a rough walk out of here, that's for sure. So, yeah, lesson learned. So I'm going to finish setting this camera, and then we'll move on. Before we head up to my other camera, I'm just going to kind of go over with you what happened last year for me. It was a terrible morning. I had the whole week off from work, and Friday morning, I think it was the 17th of November, and I woke up super early, 3 o'clock in the morning. Normally I get down here around 4:30 to walk in. Just wasn't feeling it that morning. It was sleeting out, the wind was swirling real hard, we were kind of getting a little storm. I said, you know what, I'm going to sleep in. So I slept in, got up and going around 8 o'clock. And I said, you know, I'm just going to go sit the stand for a couple hours, see what happens. Well, 2 days before I came down here on that Friday, I saw a beautiful 8-point up on the ridge. I couldn't get him turned around at all, so that was a little upsetting and discouraging, but I came in on Friday. I got down here probably 10 o'clock. I finally got to my stand, and I climbed up, got in the stand, turned around to sit down. I still had my pack on. I hadn't even gotten settled. And I see what I thought at the point was an 8-point. Little though, smaller than the last one I saw. So I didn't even take my pack off. I grabbed my rifle off my rifle sling up in the tree. He was off to my right, so I had to shoot left-handed, which was awkward for me. You know, being my first year deer hunting, I've never shot left-handed, never even practiced it. And I found an opening, and I called. He turned around, he came right into that opening, and I dropped him. He probably went about 15-20 yards, and that was that. It's probably one of the most exciting days of my life so far. This camera didn't do so well. Something must have happened to it. Battery must have died real quick on it or something. Only had 31 photos compared to my 367 that I had on the other camera. But there were pictures of deer, so they're everywhere. So not a lot going on in this video today, guys. You know, really apologize for that, but this is the boring part that leads up to the exciting part. So Jeff was out at his public land stands yesterday, checking on those. And today I came out and checked these. Just look at this. How tore up that is. Could be from water too. You never know. But so the season's really starting for us. We're done fishing for the season for bass, and we're moving on to deer season 2018. It is hot. Sweating my butt off right now. But I made it up the hill, back to the trail. Should be all smooth walking from here. Stay hydrated, kids. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, click the like button. We'll see you on the next one. So I'm just getting back to my truck. Dan's mom's such a sweetheart. Look where she left me. She knew I'd take him home to my wife. Brownie points. My wife was nice enough to let me go out and do this today on my only day off that I have to spend with her. And she knows what hunting season means, and she knows that it means that there's going to be a lot of time with weekends where I'm not home. So this will be a nice gesture. Thanks, Nat.